And just like I ask all the time, if you can turn your cameras on, and not everybody can because of maybe in the shower or whatever, I obviously don't want you to turn your cameras on if that's the case, but if you can, that would be great. I just hate talking to myself. But anyways, okay, I'm really excited for the content tonight. So I was like kind of just brainstorming throughout the week, and obviously some of y'all had texted me with your questions, and I never want someone to feel like a question is a dumb question. And so I'm obviously going to leave the questions anonymous too. And I'm sure, I know I was this way, especially in school, when someone would ask the question that I had, but I wouldn't ask it because I was like too embarrassed that if I sounded stupid or whatever, and then that person would ask the question, I was just like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. So I feel like that's probably what's going to happen when I answer some of the questions. And I just wanted to like connect with you guys and talk about the end of the month, since it is the end of the month. I love this time of the month because I don't know what it is about the end of the month, but people show themselves what they're really made of. I used to be that way where like I would kind of slack off during the first of the month and the middle of the month. I don't know why, but I had to learn the lesson the hard way. And then at the end of the month, I would like go balls to the walls and like just go killing at it. And now I'm consistently killing it because I was just like, I don't want to just kill it at the end of the month. Like I want to do it, like consistently. So hopefully some of these tips tonight and answering the questions will help. And then if y'all have any questions, y'all can blow up the chat. You can message in the chat, do whatever you need to do, because I want to make sure that everybody gets value from this. So number one, just a reminder really quickly of the boom challenge that we have going on in our team chat. I posted in there today. Yeah, I posted in there today because I had enrolled a customer at the number that we're at. I would really love, because now we're at like 1,062 that we need to like get to zero with. So I would really love to see our team crush it this week and honestly finish it off this week. I'm not setting expectations on you guys, but I am saying like as a team, I know that we are so capable of enrolling people, of getting stuff done on our 6 list, of consistently bringing in new people. Like I know that we're capable of that. So I would love to see a little bit more of that. But the people who have been participating, I'm very proud of you. And the people who have been sending me screenshots, consistently, you've now started seeing enrollments again, and that makes me so happy. So I know that you can get on the right track. So if you are someone who maybe feels like you aren't enrolling and you should be, please come to me or your enroller, or you can come to both. I helped 2 girls last week do this. And one of my friends, she's not even on my team. She's within the business, but she came and visited me. She went from signing 0 customers to 10 customers in 2 days because I just gave her some of my scripts. And she was like, I didn't know what I was using. Like, I guess my scripts just weren't working for me. And I was like, yeah, sometimes you just have to pivot. And she signed 10 customers, and she got like 2 bonuses that week. So anyways, so reminder of the Boom Challenge. Would love to see more people participate in that. And then also remind your team of the team Zoom tonight right now. Anyway, sorry, kind of late on that, but remind people if you didn't text them. So we're going to go into everything. So the first question is, what if I'm doing all the things and not seeing results? So I feel like this is actually a really common question. And Morgan and Regina did a video on it on Dare to be Diamond today. So go watch that if you can. It's like 8 minutes long. It's not long at all. I listened to it while I was actually writing out something for notes. So go listen to that. And then also Morgan has a specific video on YouTube. I can send it if you feel like you're in this category. You don't have to call yourself out on here if you feel like you're a little bit embarrassed of that. You shouldn't be. Just know that you aren't alone. I've personally felt that before. I watched the video that Morgan did on Dare to be Diamond. Changed the game for me, and I have not been in a drought since. And I was in it last year in the summer, and I haven't been in it since. And it just simply was like, oh, I'm like overcomplicating in this, or the scripts that I was using weren't working for me really anymore. And so I had to kind of pivot. And so in this business, you're going to have to pivot. So please ask questions. But aside from that, if you are someone who maybe you've looked at both of those videos and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. The first question I have for you is, have you really like self-evaluated in a truthful manner? I know for me, when I evaluate myself, sometimes I'm a little bit biased and I'm like, well, I thought I got work done that day, so I'm just going to say that I did. But if you actually track your stuff, like I did this a couple of months ago and I was like, I'm not seeing the results that I want. I'm doing all the things. Well, I was like, okay, I'm really going to hold myself accountable, because we did like a 90-day push chat, and where we had to send a minimum of 50 messages a day just to hold each other accountable. I was not getting out 50 messages, you guys. And I thought that I was. I genuinely wholeheartedly was like, I'm getting out these messages. And so I started counting them, and I started marking off every single message that I sent, because I was just like, well, something's got to change. Like, whatever. And so number one question I would have for you is, have you actually held yourself accountable in a truthful manner? Not what you think that you've done, but actually have counted the stuff that you've done. And then secondly, what do you expect when you do the work? So maybe in this business, maybe in other areas of your life, you've been burned so many times that it's created this like memory in your mind to where someone cussed you out on a host post and you're like, nope, never going to message on host post again because I know that everybody's going to cuss me out. I don't know if that's a scenario, but maybe that's a scenario for one of you guys. Or maybe you think it's really like uncomfortable to message. I don't know what it is. Whatever lie, whatever fear you're telling yourself, ask yourself, what are you expecting when you're going into like messaging, for instance? Are you automatically expecting for about more than half those people to say no? Or more than half those people not to reply? I can tell you, I always go in, before I start my work in the morning, I do affirmations, and I swear on everything, I can give y'all a million things on how and why affirmations changed my life and changed my business, but I won't because I could write a book on it. Start doing your affirmations, okay? What you speak into your life and what into your business matters. What you speak over everything matters. I don't care if you are speaking about you wanting to have a child or whatever. Like if you constantly are like, man, I can't do this, you will literally never amount to what you can do because you're constantly speaking negativity over yourself. I will go about this for days and I will talk about this for days because I'm so passionate about this. What are you expecting? And some of y'all don't even realize that you're expecting the worst. So like when I talk to some of y'all, I can tell when y'all have done personal development. I can tell like if y'all have actually poured into yourself those days just by the way that you speak, because you'll message me and you're like, yeah, I'm messaging, but like nobody ever replies to me. Like nobody ever wants this. Well, are you expecting them not to reply? Like, are you automatically expecting them just because you had a bad day yesterday? Are you expecting it for this day to happen too? And it talks about like expectation in a lot of leadership books and a lot of like different personal development books. Reason why personal development is so important because you can hear different people's perspectives on things. But this one is obviously I always read out of this, but it's John Maxwell. And he was saying, he said on this page, it says, expect the best. And then it says, your attitude toward life determines life's attitude towards you. How you think affects your approach to the success journey in a powerful way. What I believe about life determines how I perceive life, which determines what I receive from life. Things turn out the best for the people who make the best of the way things turn out. And that is absolutely so true. So maybe that's not a hardcore, like, tips on how you can do better with enrolling, but I promise you, fixing your mindset on that. And I don't know if y'all saw the post on what Morgan did today. It was like a graph or like a graphic or whatever. She drew it out and it was just like, are you struggling signing distributors? Are you struggling in enrolling or whatever? Are you in this cycle? And it was like showing the cycle. I tagged a few of you. But it was talking about if your mind is right, then guess what? Your business is already going to be in a better place. If your headspace is bad, then your business is probably you're going to feel as though it's not going as good, but in reality, it's probably doing fine. You're just like thinking worst case scenario. But it says if you are in a funk, if you are in a place of feeling weird, or if you're in a place of feeling like you're just like not enrolling where you need to be, the best thing to do to get out of that place is taking action. And I can tell you this has to do with anything in your business and your lifestyle and gym, whatever it is, you guys. I do not get motivated to go to the gym every day. I tell you all this all the time. I hate working out. Like I still don't like working out after a year and a half later. Like it's just not my jam, but I do it out of discipline. There are days that I'm like, I am not going. I've already talked myself out of it. But then I just think, and I'm like, but imagine how you're going to feel after. I make myself go, put myself into action. I get at the gym. I do it. After 45 minutes, I'm like, I'm really proud of myself for doing that. I'm pumped up. I'm motivated to go to the gym tomorrow because now I feel great. Okay, so it leads into other areas of your life. So you have to think of your business that way. You have to expect the best. Okay, you have to take action. So if you, like, say you feel like you're not getting conversations in, the best thing you can do is go send more messages. And I know you're probably fighting against it sometimes because you're like, well, this isn't working, or this message I'm sending isn't working, or whatever. You could think all negatively that you want, but again, the expectation matters, and then just putting more action behind it. I'm not saying you have to go 150% all day every day for the rest of your life. I'm saying some days you might have to put in a little bit more than 100% because some days might equal out. Like there are days, like I told y'all, I get 20 host posts up. There's some days that I get 5. So then when I get those days where I only get like 3 up, I'm working extra hard tomorrow to make that, make that up. So what are you expecting? Then it also talks about increasing your efforts, and she talked about, are you doing business stories? Are you doing business posts? Are you doing business host to post? Are you doing business messages? Are you doing business videos? Are you doing business follow-ups? So I'm going to send in the chat. I'm just giving y'all a few examples because some of y'all, I go on y'all's page and it's not to sit here and like tell y'all that y'all suck. But I do go on some of y'all's pages, especially the Power Hour. And when we're all going to comment on each other's posts and stuff, I only see the product, or I only see you sharing posts, or I only see a certain type of post, and it should be a mix. And we talk about that all the time, but it has to be a mix for people to see your life in all these different areas. And so I'm giving you in the chat, I just posted, I'm not going to go how to post about your story again, because you can go watch that YouTube video I did a couple weekends ago. These are just different examples how I shared the business opportunity. Because I know when I first started, and honestly, even 2 years in, I was like, how do I share my story? Like, what do I even do? Like, how do I make it different every single time and not sound like a repetitive robot? So this is just different ways of how I sprinkled in the business, how I talked about my life. Sometimes I talked about the really, really small things. And then sometimes, like, I talked about buying a mattress. I talked about being able to buy a home, just setting goals for myself, being around people who influence me. I talked about different things, and I've talked about my life within them. Every single time I post something, I have someone message me about the business opportunity, literally every single time. And it's just because I'm consistent. And you can go on my page, you can follow me. I'm always going to be consistent, talking about the business, talking about life, whatever. So I just sent those in the group chat, so get those. And then the business host to post, if you don't have those are in boards. You should have them. If not, please don't feel stupid for asking. Those are in the boards app. Just message me or message your enroller and we can send those to you if you don't have those. The business messages, so that's just like simply, this is what I message anytime someone does a host a post for me that I think would be good in the business. Let me see if we'll copy it over. Hold on. I just always offer the business. So make sure you're offering the business. Let's see. I'll send in chat. Actually, that'd be easier because my MacBook doesn't connect to my new iPhone I got. Okay, that's the message that I send to people to offer them the business opportunity. Are you doing business host posts? Are you doing business videos? I just sent y'all an example earlier in the chat. So if you haven't seen it, go scroll up. I sent you an example of the chat of me talking in the story, in my stories, talking about the business opportunity. If you need an example on how to do that, go follow me. I will always be consistent. There's never a day I don't post besides my Sabbath. So I'm very consistent. Business videos, business follow-ups. Okay, so anyways, that's with that. With if you're not seeing the results that you want, number one, check yourself and really ask yourself if you're being honest with yourself. Go back the next 6 days, or in the next 6 days, track every single thing that you're doing. When you track, you can see that you're not doing as much as you normally think that you are. Again, that's what I had to do, and I'm almost presidential in this business, and sometimes I have to check myself, and I'm like, I'm not really doing the things that I should be. So make sure to do that. And then also, let's see. The next question is becoming a leader in this team, or just in life in general, like kind of, they're talking about the team, but I'll talk about life too. It says becoming a leader. What if I'm not capable of it? Like, what if I'm not capable of it? What if I don't know what it has to do with being a leader? Something that I heard was so valuable. And if you're someone in this business, you know that in order for you to continue to level up in this business, you have to continue to enroll people and empower those people and lead those people. It's a very rewarding job, and not everybody is built for leadership. But I do have to say, if you're in this business and you've been in this business and you love this business, you're meant for leadership, okay? So I'm not talking about you, but there are some people that you just know wholeheartedly are not meant for leadership, like someone like your friend that you could think of. But I heard this on a Real Talk Kim podcast, and she said everybody is a leader in some type of position, whether you're in it at your home because you're the mom, so you're the boss, whether you're the boss at your work, whether you're just mentoring someone that's in high school that's younger than you, you are a leader to someone in your life. So you have to have that confidence and embrace that confidence that you're automatically a leader somewhere, shape, or form. So number one, you're already meant to be a leader somewhere. And then also on top of that, you're going to grow in new levels of your business and your life and everything every single day. And that's why it's so important to show up. That's why it's important to show up to these Zooms, why it's important to show up on conferences, to any road rallies that you can get to, which please, if you can get to the road rally in Nashville or any of the ones, I'm going, Kelsey's going, a lot of people are going on this team. Please get together with your enroller or me, and we would love to have you. The team events are just absolutely mind-blowing and incredible. They're so fun. But what was I saying? I lost track, obviously. Oh, but make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who are going to uplift you. Don't constantly hang out with people who you feel like would diminish thought of, if you were to tell them, hey, I'm becoming a leader. You know, they would be like, like they would joke it and laugh at your face. Whereas me, if you ever told me that, I'd be like, heck yes, you are. You know, like you want to hang out with people who are going to empower you, but also just know that like we are naturally born leaders because you always are leading someone in your life. Maybe it's your little brother, maybe it's your sister. I don't know what it is, but you're a leader somewhere, shape, or form. But if you want to be a leader in this business, you're going to have to show up. And that's the biggest thing that a lot of people make a mistake for, is when you're in the leader, you're in a different role. It's a blessing to be a leader. Let me just tell you, but it is in a different role. You're going to have to show up, but it's so rewarding because you show up for yourself every single day and you don't make excuses. And so when you show up for yourself every day, you're growing in those areas that you normally wouldn't grow in. And then you just become an all around better person. I genuinely believe wholeheartedly that leaders and leaders like overall are just like some of the best humans that you'll ever meet, because they're just so empowering. Not every leader that you know, but most leaders I know that I'm just like, wow, you were the best human that I know. And so just really, really feel that excitement when you talk about or think about leadership, and just know that you're growing with confidence along the way. Like, just like you're taking baby steps along the way in your business, and your health journey and becoming a mom, whatever, you're constantly taking new steps anyway. So it's just growing in leadership as well. And then the next one is, why am I not sealing the deal with customers? And this kind of goes back a little bit to number one. If I'm doing all the things, why aren't I seeing results? But this one is talking about being a product of the product. Number one, if you are not using the products yourself, you have got to order you some products. You've got to run an auto shipment, order product, do something so you can have a physical product in hand. Graphics aren't going to work all day, every day for you. I promise you. Okay. So you have to have a physical product in hand and show people that you're using it. Fall in love with the product. I'm not asking you to be in love with every single product. There are some products that we have that I'm like, you know what? I didn't really love that as much. But there are some products that if you go on my stories, you know I'm going to post about the Slimming Gummies. I swear about those things. Those things are crack. Like, I love them. So I'm going to be talking about those every single day, okay? But other products I'm probably not going to talk about as much because there's some that I don't like. So find one that you are obsessed with. But also on that, when people see you using the products, they're going to trust you a lot more. And maybe you're brand new or you're newer, so you don't have products in yet. Order some. If you don't have the money to order some, make it a goal to get a 150 bonus and then run an auto shipment for yourself. I promise you the products are amazing. Just find what your jam is. And then on top of that, with sealing the deal with customers, so when you start seeing results, you can start sending your results to people. And then also on that, being on that topic too, before and after pictures when you're sending the conversations to people. I used to make this mistake a lot when I was having conversations with people. It took me from enrolling half the people that I did to now double enrolling, triple enrolling from compared to what I used to. So if you're ever talking to someone about the products, you need to send a before and after picture when you're describing that product. And if it's like a lash serum, there's not as many results, but you can still find those on Pinterest or boards or whatever. So make sure that you are sending before and after pictures that's actually in that video. So again, if you need to be tagged in that video, it's golden, but it's talking about, it's Morgan's video. It's called something else. She had two videos. One was sealing the deal, I think. I literally think that's what it was called. And it's golden, but that was the one tip, is sending before and after pictures. And then when I started doing that, it changed the game completely for me. So make sure you're sending before and after pictures, and then make sure you're using the products. And then on the third thing, screenshots. If you feel like you are stuck, and I'm going to repeat this again because it's just so true. If you feel like you are stuck enrolling, send screenshots to your enroller. I just told you that I helped someone go from 0 enrollments to 10 enrollments in 2 days. Okay. If I can do that, I feel confident that I can help you enroll. I just did that with Bailey. I mean, Bailey on here, she went from, she said that she was like in a rut, which some people just going through planting seed seasons, but she went from not enrolling anybody in like a couple of weeks to enrolling someone immediately. And it was because she started sending those screenshots again, and I helped her seal the deal. And I'm not like applauding myself, but I'm just saying I'm very confident in my enrollments. Why would you not use me? Like, I am actually asking you and begging you, like, if you are not seeing the enrollments, chances are it's just one little tweak in your conversation that I could help you with, and you would go from being a 0 enroller to having 4-in-1 bonuses come to you effortlessly. Okay, well, not effortlessly, because we know this business is an effort, but you know what I'm saying. So please utilize screenshots. Please, for the love of Jesus, please use screenshots. Okay, please ask your enrollers. That is what we are here for. If you're enrolled control or ignores you and she's not in this business, then that's totally fine. That's why we're still here, which I don't think anybody has that situation. But if she's not in this business, please message me, message anybody in this chat. I do not care. I just want to help you. We want to help you. We are a team. We are moving forward together. We want you to enroll. So I never want to hear someone saying they're stuck or in this like situation where they can't enroll. And chances are, if you really are doing all the things, because sometimes it really is the case, if you're doing all the things, you send in screenshots, you doing like whatever it is, you have a good mindset. Sometimes you're just in a planning season, you guys. That happens to us, okay? We're in a business. And I'll tell you with this and people who don't take following up seriously, this was another tip that I was going to go into with this, is just make sure you're following up. You know how many people that I missed out on from not following up with them? I can tell you 110% sometimes I get messages from people and they just think that they think that they're like weird or something because they have people ghost them all the time, or they have people not sign up all the time after they've sent like 15 customer forms. Y'all, it happens to me all the time. I sent y'all a screenshot of all these names up here. This bottom row, these two bottom rows are potential distributors I sent all forms to. And I'm still waiting to hear back from them because they were really strong potential distributors. One of them just messaged me back. But I'm waiting to hear back from them. So I'm going to follow up with them. Okay. But it happens to me all the time. But if you're not confident and you're following up, again, I have a really good message that I personally like with following up, but you have to follow up. I don't know if y'all saw, but I started doing a thrifting business on the side. Like it's just something that's like a really cool dream of mine. So I started thrift shopping for people. You know how many people back out of thrift shopping? Do you know how many people message me and are like, hey, can I book you on Wednesday, Thursday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, it's totally fine. We get a budget. We get a time set. We get all these things in line. And you know what they tell me? You know what? Matter of fact, I actually need to save money. I had that happen twice today. Twice, okay? And it was about thrifting business. It has nothing to do with this business. So just know that it is normal. People are sketchy. People are just like, people can't make up their mind. We can't make up our minds, okay? It takes us like 7 times. So don't get discouraged when you have to follow up with people. Just follow up and I promise you, you will get the enrollments. And then another question was, how do I get a 4-in-1 bonus? So I did these anonymously because I never want someone to feel stupid asking a question. So, but this question for how do I get a 4-in-1 bonus is just getting 4 customers that equal 240 BB and then 1 distributor. That equals $150, you guys. And you know what the best thing is? If you have not done this, I am asking you to really consider this. If you've gotten 4-in-1 bonuses, but you haven't gotten a 350 bonus from your 4-in-1 enrolling a 4-in-1, I highly recommend that you enroll your spouse or you enroll your significant other or whatever. And it's because there are so many benefits when you do that. You get a second paycheck. When you enroll them, you get your 150 back anyways, because if you roll 4 customers and they're your distributor, you're going to get your $150 back. You can make an extra paycheck on their account and you can help build them too, but they don't do the work. You would just do the work. So you wouldn't have any extra workload. It's just you doing the work on their account. So whenever you sign a customer, you can sign them on their website. I do it in Dallas. His account brings in like an extra 500 a month. I'm working on his rank to get up to about 2,000 extra a month. So if you have a boyfriend, if you have a significant other, if you have a mom, if you have a sister, I've signed up my sister makes an extra like 300, 400, 500 a month. So sign up someone that you know, like it doesn't matter, but just know that you have those opportunities and don't limit yourself to just thinking like your first distributor ever has to be someone who wants to do the business. Like think of it as a significant spouse or whatever. You're going to get the money back when you enroll that. If you have questions about that, let me know. But the 4-in-1 bonuses are awesome. And then another question was confidence, and it was asking like, how do you gain the confidence to go out there and have the conversations? How do you gain the confidence to talk in videos? How do you get the confidence overall? And this is something that I just have to say, if you're saying no to everything, if you're saying no to messaging, if you're saying no to doing reels, Facebook reels, Instagram reels, TikToks, if you're saying no to talking in your story, all because you are scared or you're nervous or you're doubtful, you are never going to gain the confidence until you can start doing it, until you just step out of your comfort zone and doing it. Every single thing that I do, I try to push myself out of my comfort zone as much as possible, and it's very uncomfortable sometimes, but you grow from it every single time and you grow that confidence. I used to shake when people would ask me about the products, not because I wasn't confident in the products, but because I didn't want to stutter or something. So like someone would ask me about the products and I'd be like I would get so nervous, and now I can talk to someone so effortlessly and I'm like, yeah, I love that product, or someone talks to me about the business the business in like person, I'm confident about it now. And it's because over time I've talked about it. Over time I've done these things. So just know that you're going to get that confidence that you can promote. You're going to get the confidence that you can do this business. You're going to get the confidence that you can enroll people when you start doing the things, when you have more conversations, when you are consistent, when you're utilizing the tools that we give you. I really try to prepare the content based off of what y'all ask or what conversations I have with y'all during the week. And that's why I had these, because y'all had questions like specifically for this. So make sure that you're utilizing all the tools. Like, please, for the love of Jesus, again, like, please just utilize the tools. We have so many different tools to give you. It's not even funny. Okay. So don't ever feel like you're limited. You shouldn't feel limited with tips. You shouldn't feel limited with help. If you know anything, we're always like, hey, what can I help you with? Hey, do you need help today? Hey, do you need any help at all? Like, I literally, if you're new, you're going to hear from me every second of the day. Okay. Like, I'm going to be blowing up your phone. I'm like, do you need anything? Are you good? Hey, how are you? Hey, did you get that post up? I'm going to hold your hand. But after 30 days, you should start really like rolling it out to doing it yourself. But I want you to have that confidence. And then another one was, how do I make even more money? I'm successful, but I want to keep making money with this and keep growing my paychecks. That does come with enrolling, and that comes with the 4-in-1 bonuses. That comes with a lot of different things. So that's a pretty broad question, because you can make money sample cash. My friend Carly literally makes like hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month off sample cash. You can make the bonuses, the 4-in-1 bonuses, with when your 4-in-1 person completes a cycle, so it means they complete a 4-in-1, you get $350. Can you imagine? Start manifesting that that's happening into your business, you guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. I got a 350 bonus like 2 weeks ago, and it's just so like, it's so rewarding. So make sure that you're utilizing all the tools so you can start seeing the success, so you can start seeing the money flow in, like endless money. I know you are seeing money right now, and maybe some of you aren't because you're new, or maybe some of you aren't because of your own efforts. I don't know. But if you currently aren't where you want to be, there's something that's disconnecting along the way that maybe you just need to like rewire and connect, and maybe you need to figure it out with your enroller. I don't know, but we can evaluate what you're doing. And I can tell you right now, and I'll repeat this before we end this, if you're someone who's expecting to enroll consistently and get a 4-in-1 bonus, but you're only sending 20 messages every other day, and you're only showing up on your stories not consistently at all, and you're not staying plugged in, and you're not giving efforts, I don't think you'll see the success that you really truly want to. And you join this business for $150 or $100 or whatever it was at the time that you joined. Why would you waste that? Like, why would you not give your full efforts and make this business happen for you? And I know that so many of you can make these things happen, and I want our team to succeed so bad, but I personally can't do anything. I can't physically give you a phone and be like, hey, go post this. I can't physically give you your phone and say, go message 50 people. I can only give you the tools. Kelsey can only give you the tools. Morgan can only, like, people can only give you tools, but you are the person that sits here and, uses those tools. And then the last question, I'm sorry, I forgot about this question. Kelsey, did you want to talk about this really quickly before we ended this? About the, what if my spouse doesn't agree with this, and what if like they just aren't supportive at all?
I was like, unmute me. Okay. Yeah. So when I joined the business, and still like my boyfriend is like really hesitant, like a lot. So and this can go for like a lot, so I'm just going to talk like really briefly. My parents like don't agree with this at all. They literally just found out like 6 months ago that I do the business. And for the longest time, like I went diamond and double before they found out that I do the business. And they only found out because my brother told them. So like, and they don't agree with it like at all, like, and my boyfriend still doesn't really agree with it. He doesn't understand it, and like no matter like how much I explain to him, like I can't like pound it into his head that like, hey, this like works, like. And he's seen my paychecks, he's seen me make multiple 4-figure paychecks in a month, and he's seen me make the weekly bonuses and stuff. He just doesn't like understand. So like there's like a fine line between like, if your spouse or your family, like say you don't have like a spouse and your family doesn't, like whoever doesn't support you, that's their problem. Like truly, it's just their problem. Like you have to do what's best for you. At the end of the day, when you go to sleep, it's literally just you, yourself, and like it's just you. And like when you die, like I know this is a little bit extreme, so like bear with me, but like when you die, it's not you and your boyfriend going to heaven. It's you going to heaven and standing in front of Jesus. Like, it's not everyone. It's just you. So like, you have to think at the end of the day that what is this business going to do for you? And sometimes you might have to dig really deep, and it's good. It might be like a really tough conversation to have, or it might be really tough to like keep going sometimes, but like, you just have to remember that like at the end of the day, it's just you. When you go to sleep, it's just you. When you die, it's just you. No one goes with you anywhere. Like, at the end of the day, you have to remember that this is your business. You have to do what's best for your family, and you have to do what's best for your future.
I love it. I feel like that's so accurate. Sometimes people get so down with people not supporting them. And I'm actually talking to this girl right now that's trying to join the business, and she's like, none of my friends none of my friends or family want to buy the products, and it's nothing against the products. They just don't want to do it. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it is 100% okay. You know, my friends, I had a really tough talk with one of my best friends, and she's my college roommate, and I had a tough talk with her, and she's like, I just don't like support what you do. And I was like, you know what? That's okay. We just won't talk about it because I'm gonna keep doing me, you know. And she wasn't disrespectful, but it wasn't a sense of like, that's fine. Like, you don't have to support me. You don't pay my bills. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me. And at the end of the day, I know that I'm impactful. You know, like, you know that you are changing lives for the better. So don't let someone knock off your confidence. Like, that goes back to the confidence thing. Like, have confidence in what you're doing. Have confidence in you. Have confidence. You're gonna find your crowd of people. Like I said, there's like rarely people that make fun of me and still what I do. And if they make fun of me, I literally am just like, you're not even funny at this point. They look stupid if they make fun of me. And people are like, yeah, I don't know why you're making fun of her. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know, like, because people will back you up. Like, it's just how it is. Like, once you're confident, people are going to feel that confidence. So if they ever try to come at you, they're just going to be like, I'm not going to mess with her because, like, she's doing good. She's doing her thing. She's doing what she loves, which most people don't get to do. So, like, be confident and be you. But hopefully this helps. If you do have any questions about any of these, I think I went over all of them. If you can get to the event, please get to conference, or if you can't, get the ticket at least. You don't have to travel for that. It's virtual. If you can't do that, please just let us know. I just want y'all to be involved with conference and the road rallies. I'm going to Nashville and going to conference. So I'm doing 2 trips in February. Maybe you can't do that. That's 100% okay. Nobody's judging you. But I would love for you to get involved and get a conference ticket or get a road rally ticket or do something to be involved with this business. You want to be involved with the people who are like-minded like you and who are willing to grow with you. That's these people. Like, our type of people are so fun to be around. You don't even realize, like, you'll say something like, you're like, I'm gonna go make $1 million, and everybody's like, heck yeah, you are. Like, you'll never have someone bring you down, you know. Like, we all believe in each other. We all want each other to succeed. You'll feel that energy off of people, I promise you. So anyways, hopefully this helped in some bit, shape, or form. I know with 30 minutes, it's a little bit reduced, and I feel like I have to rush it, but I know that 30 minutes sometimes is all people have. So I just wanted to thank you all for that. But anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. I want us to kill it and crush it with this boom challenge. Please be active in it. I know there's a lot of people that have, and there's also a lot of people, maybe you've counted yourself out. Don't count yourself out anymore. I just gave you tips on how to be successful. Make sure you're evaluating yourself in every area. Text me if you need help. I'm here to help. I love you guys. Y'all have an awesome freaking night. Let's just go and kill it this week. Let's have an amazing week and finish off this month strong. I know that we can, but you're going to have the confidence that you can, and you're going to have the expectations that you can absolutely crush it this week. I don't want no negative Nancy's this week, okay? All right. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, I got to stop recording. LOL.